Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Hey, Jimmy Apple here, and you're listening to An Apple a Day, but you're not listening to the whole apple today. Today you're just listening to a fritter, a little bit, a bite, a slice of the apple. That's right. I'm just giving you a little heads up to what's coming up within the next 3 to 4 days. We've got a lot going on. Naturally, we're going to talk about COVID-19. We're going to talk about things that have gone on in the past week. But before we even start that, before we even go into what's going to happen, let me ask you, how you doing today? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. Can't ask for better than that. I also want to remind you that An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast. So if you get a minute, go over there, check it out. But I do want to let you know, right now, that website is under construction. It's open and it's functioning, but it's under construction. We're adding a lot to it. Probably by the end of the month, the new website will be open and you're going to be impressed by it. I'm working on it personally with a couple of other people, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be a lot better than what it is right now. Right now, we're still looking at remnants of the old management team, and it's just, it hasn't been functioning the way I wanted to. And believe me, you're going to be impressed by the way it works after we're done with it. And it'll be a lot more informative, a lot more interactive. And I think you'll be proud to tell people that, yeah, I go to that website. Right now, it's there. It's there and it serves its purpose, I guess. But it's not what I want, and I'm sure it's not what you want. But believe me, by the end of the month, you'll be proud to say, I go to famousapple.com, and there's a lot going on there. So please stay with us, stick with it with us. And if you can think of anything you want to add to it, let me know. Send it to me at jimmy@famousapple.com. Any suggestions you have, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to put them in there. I'll try whatever you want. I'll try to get it into that website. So if you have a suggestion that you think is going to work, you think it's going to make it better, I appreciate it. Believe me. Send it over, jimmy@famousapple.com. All right, well, coming up on the next episode of An Apple a Day, we're going to be talking about the lasting effects of COVID-19 and the coronavirus. You know, we hear all these horror stories about the ventilators and everything else right now, but, a lot of people survive COVID-19. But what you're not hearing is that there are a lot of after effects of COVID-19, and they're just finding these things out. I mean, it's too soon to know how long they're going to last, if it's going to be lifelong, but there is a lot of after effects to people who have survived, who've made a full recovery, but it's not really a full recovery because their lungs are infected. We're going to talk about that. I have a study that involves 4 or 5 different people that these doctors have worked with, and we're just going to go over that, let you know what's happening. Also, we're going to talk about the myth that people seem to believe are the truths about people with disabilities. Now, we started last week. I said we're going to do it over the next few weeks. We're going to keep going with it. And once I said that, I got a lot of emails from people who listen to the podcast who've experienced these things, and they want to share it with everyone else. And I'll give you one example, and it's my own experience. I was in a doctor's office, and I was in the hallway. I'd already done with the doctor. I was waiting to get paperwork from the nurse or the lady at the desk there. And we were talking. We were in the hallway talking. But I was to the side, and I was in my wheelchair. And this guy comes in, and he came from behind me. And all of a sudden, I felt my whole chair just move to the side, like I was a shopping cart being pushed over to the wall. I looked. I said, "Whoa, what are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm getting you out of the way so that the hallway is open." And I just looked at him, and I was dumbfounded for the moment. Then I said to the nurse, I said, would this guy have done that if I was standing up on 2 feet? And she says, no, she says, I doubt it very much. And it just bothered me because I didn't say anything to him at the moment. But after I left, I had a flood of things come to my head that I should have said. Has that ever happened to you? But, the myth of it is that he felt it was his right to move me out of the way, like I'm some sort of plant or something. But that's not right. You don't have that right to move somebody out of your way. Like I said, if I was up on 2 feet and he tried to do that, I might have moved him somewhere. But I got a load of these things from different listeners and readers of the website. So we're going to share a few of them. We're going to keep on doing it every week. And if you have anything that happened to you that you believe people think that they have a right to say or do to you, then, that's a myth. Share it with us. And you can send it to Jimmy at famousapple.com, or you can send it to admin@famousapple.com. And we'll share them here on the podcast with everybody else. It's amazing. Some of these things I've never heard of. I never even would have thought of, but we're going to share it. And maybe this will help people who are able-bodied or who don't have the same disability that you might have, might just give them that jolt to say, like, hey, this isn't okay to do, or this isn't okay to say. Not only will it make you feel good to get it off your chest, but it might help somebody else to realize that they can't do this. Also, on the next episode, we're going to be talking about some interviews that we have coming up with up-and-coming authors, books that are being published. We have one in particular that we have an interview with the author right before the book is set to be released. And I'm reading the book now. The book has already been printed. I'm reading the book now, and what a great book it is. And I'm going to get permission to give you a couple of tidbits from this book. You're going to want to read it. Believe me. This book is phenomenal. And that's all I can say about it right now. But hopefully I'll get permission to give a couple of excerpts of the book. It's phenomenal. And we're going to have the author on the podcast in September, I believe. I'll find out more about that. But I can't wait to talk to her. This woman, what she went through and what she goes through today, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And anyone I started reading this book and it's almost impossible to put it down. Plus, we're going to be interviewing a couple of other people from different groups of people who suffer from different disabilities. And we're also going to be talking to a couple of chefs. That's right. We're going to have some chefs on here giving us some cooking tips, especially with the end of the summer and holidays coming in. You're going to want to listen to these people. And the couple of them I know personally. I know them personally, and let me tell you, their food is to die for. And it's not expensive, but it tastes like $1 million. So we got a lot going on this next episode, and you're not going to want to miss it. Next 3 to 4 days, watch for it. It'll be coming out. And I want to thank you for stopping by today. And remember this, no one ever went blind by looking at things from the brighter side. So always try to look at things from the brighter side. All right, my friends, I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Have a great one. Enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you then. You've been listening to An Apple a Day, but only a slice of the apple today. My name is Jimmy Apple, and remember, laughter is the best medicine for everything.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.